Good morning, everybody. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with reversing the irreversible. For any of you who might have seen my past video, especially the one about reversing premature menopause, you'll know a little bit more about this situation. I know that it sounds like a crazy delusional type of goal, but I like to believe that it is necessary to be just a little bit or a lot delusional in life in order to achieve things that we never knew were possible. So anytime somebody achieves something that they thought was impossible, it was because they set that as a goal. And I think that the only way of discovering the possibilities and finding the limits of what is possible is if we aim for something crazy. So I aim for something crazy, and I think and I believe that I can completely reverse premature menopause. Now, I wanted to go a little bit into what I have been doing, how it's been going. As you know, I've been doing the ketogenic diet for about 2 months, full 2 months for sure. So how's that been going, and what have my ups and downs been? The first month of keto went really well. So after I think about 15 days, I had my first period back, which was encouraging, of course. Hot flashes went way down and didn't disappear 100%. I can't say they were 100% gone because I always did feel that like very tiny hint of heat where I was like, I don't know if that's a hot flash or if it's hot here. I don't know. But I didn't feel comfortable saying that it was 100% gone yet. Second month of keto, let's say after my last period and moving into the second month, I did notice hot flashes climbing. And I have to say that in the last week, I noticed them intensify a little more. They haven't been very close together like when I decided to first start. So not every 3 minutes, like driving me crazy. And there's certainly certain moments that I'll notice a hot flash, usually with insulin spike. And I say that because I notice the higher the sugar content, the more intense the hot flash. And anytime I eat, doesn't matter if it's a salad or even a cup of coffee, I will have a small hot flash depending on the level of insulin response. So it has been very directly connected to what I eat. So seeing that my hot flashes were not completely disappearing and then slowly feeling like they were coming back a little more, I thought, okay, what are we doing here and what's going on? The first thing that I kind of attested it to was stress, because my situation around me changed. I went down south. I was not in my, regular routine of things. So I was coming out of my regular routine that was working for me. And then I started smoking again. So I was like, I've been suspicious about the smoking, even though I don't smoke a lot, but I've been suspicious that removing the smoking along with the diet was really helping things move along, and putting the smoking back in, it's just that damage that that's not helping. I do plan on going forward with quitting smoking. Actually bought this book, the Alan Carr's book, and I know it's pretty well known for people who are trying to quit smoking. So I want to quit for good. I don't want to go back and forth every time, I have to go south and I'm stressed out or I'm bored. Anyway, I don't want to be, a slave to the cigarette or be stuck in that cycle of stop and start all the time. So I'm going to read this book and I'll let you all know how that goes. Another thing that I have changed over the last week is I've been doing 1 meal a day, which is working pretty well for me. And I'm but for the reason of moving to a full day fast or a full day and a half fast. So to between about 36 hours is what I'd like to head for, to implement the autophagy. So I'll talk about that as well in another video. So stay tuned for that, because I'd like to take you along with me for those experiences. It's a lot of fun. But I have to say that I know about fasting. I know about autophagy. I have reaped the benefits of autophagy, but I've been very reluctant this last time around to just do it. So I haven't done it yet. I've done intermittent fasting, or 1 meal a day, and I did do, and that's it. That's all I did. No, who am I kidding? So I will keep you updated on that as well. That's what I'm working on right now, moving towards doing more of a fast, and the smoking. Those two things are the things I want to implement right away. Another thing that I've been actually a few things I've been looking into. One is red light therapy. I'm just kind of reading up on it, seeing I might eventually try that, and some very specific chosen supplements. I am not a big supplement person. I don't love the idea of taking a synthetic anything actually, but I don't love the idea of taking synthetic, vitamins, and I try to get it in the food, and I try to, get it in the so-called superfoods, let's say, or whatever might contain more of what I'm looking for. But I try to stay as food-based as possible, but there are a few supplements that I think I will be implementing for the sake of hormone health. So one of them is the cod liver oil. So I had these. I really love this one. It is Icelandic cod liver oil droppy. I really like it. It has these capsules. I keep this in the fridge. It has the capsules of cod liver oil. I could probably just buy a bottle. I don't know if that's cheap or not. I don't know. But anyways, I'd be taking 2 of these a day. I haven't started yet, but I will. So I'm going to be doing this. I'm also going to be doing marine algae. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's written in Italian. So anyways, it's an algae supplement. I do have one more thing that has been always interesting to me, but this is not a supplement I plan on taking. Now, let me explain. Sorry, I don't have the box. These little miracles. So I say miracles just because these actually put me on a path, in a sense. These are melatonin supplements. Now, I'm going to explain. I was taking these because I did find, I think it was a review, or I can't remember what it was. I read something about melatonin bringing women's periods back who were having irregular periods. And at the time, I thought, well, let me try. It doesn't cost a lot. I bought a box. I started taking it. My period came back. As long as I was taking this, my period came back during IVF. So all through doing my last 3 rounds of IVF and being unsuccessful, but besides the point, my periods were coming back, because they would not have gone forward trying to do IVF with me all those 3 times if I hadn't had any period at all. So in order to keep my period, I was taking this. I did take that in order to have a regular period, and I had a regular period. Now, the thing about that I did not like, and why I'm not taking it now, is because I suspect that taking melatonin isn't the answer to the root problem, and it might not even fix a problem at all, even if I took it forever. I suspect that yes, like my hormones the hormones can be set back or set right, but I don't want any supplement induced results. So I will be taking the other supplements because I feel that they have more to do with repairing damage and, giving things a jump start to getting better. But taking something like melatonin I think my own, what I suspect from what I read and what I know. If I keep taking a hormone like that, my own body is not going to start doing it on its own. So I need to figure out why is melatonin helping me, and how can I get more of that. Anyways, but we'll get into all of that at some other point. But it is an interesting thing. I don't know. I wouldn't suggest it to anybody, but I think it's an interesting fact that you can take melatonin and your period comes back. Well, that I did anyway. Now, I've read all the reviews. You can buy the thing on Amazon, read the reviews, and a lot of people do report, their periods coming back. So it's just an interesting thing. One more thing, I think it's just one more thing. One more thing was the coffee. It's so good. Okay, I am planning on doing a 1-week coffee fast. I know I so don't want to, but here's my take on things. I think, there's two things. One is that I become dependent on coffee in order to fast. So in order to not eat my breakfast, I'm just missing something in my hands and like something to do. I drink coffee, and then I drink all through the morning, probably until lunchtime. It's probably too much, and I'm just suspecting that it's not the best thing for me. And when you're talking about fertility and all of that. So I'm going to try 1 week, see how that feels. I do drink a black coffee. Like, there's nothing in it. I don't do sugar. I don't do milk. I don't do anything. I just do black coffee. But when I do drink my black coffee, I suspect, and I wondered if I should put one of those. I'd be interested to see one of those patches. It's not a patch exactly, but the continuous glucose monitor. So I'd be curious to see what happens when I drink my black coffee, because while I am fasting, my goal is to keep the insulin like to a nothing for as long as possible, and then eat my meal and try to fix that, because I do suspect that my biggest problem has been the insulin resistance, and I have a lot of different clues that tell me that. So yeah, I'm gonna try a 1 week coffee fast and I'll bring you all with me, because I need some help. I need some support. Like, it's gonna be so hard. It's probably gonna be harder than cigarettes and everything else put together. But I guess the good news is I'm doing everything that I set out to do. I'm doing my ketogenic diet, and it's going really well. I haven't had some any crazy cravings. I've been pretty constant, and I've been, kind of figuring out what my next step is. So it's exciting. I want to see, what comes next, and I want to see if I can get these hot flashes to completely disappear. I would probably eventually try a good time period of carnivore and bring you with me for that as well. But, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. We can't do all the things at the same time. We're going to work with the smoking first, and I'm going to stick to my 1 meal a day to work into doing a good 24-hour fast. Another thing that I wanted to implement, because, I need to try it myself, was the castor oil packs, or I don't know, I'm thinking castor oil massages personally. I do have, quite a scar from my surgery and then cesarean, my C-section, because I had to have C-section. And I know that castor oil is supposed to be very good at like breaking things up and whatever. I don't know. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to try to get into that quite religiously, because recently I've had some real problems with the scar. Now the scar area seems to, I'm sure it's adhesions. Now, while it is, quite stuck in there, and that's quite normal, I have noticed that very recently, in the last maybe year-ish, when I'm like lifting, bending, anyway, doing things I probably shouldn't be doing, I'll notice that the scar area, the muscle, it feels like the muscle is displacing. It's a very strange feeling, and I haven't been able to find anybody else who talks about this. I haven't been able to find any information about it. But I'll be like, I can see it, like the entire stomach muscle shifted over like this. And it felt like, I don't know, it's a very strange feeling. It's like a muscle contraction, but the whole thing like slid over and I had to like, it was painful and scary. I had to like lay down slowly, very slowly, and kind of like wait for it to stop spasming, and then I was like kind of massaging it back into place. It was a very strange experience. I haven't found any information about it, but I'm suspecting that it has to do with adhesions. So I'm gonna work. I do plan on going to a doctor for that. I want to get an X-ray. I did talk to a physiotherapist who told me, yes, that could be from the adhesions. You should go and check. And I do know that they can surgically remove that kind of thing. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting to go to the doctor and get these tests done, I'm going to try doing some castor oil massages, which are supposed to be good for your skin and stuff anyway, so I might as well just go ahead. And I also have a scar, so I know that massaging a scar can help break it up and like help it kind of soften up a little bit. And also, you know, when you're a little bit darker complexion, the darker complexion you are, the more you tend to have like a keloid scar, and that has been reduced already quite a bit when I was doing castor oil massages at the time. So I think I'm gonna get back into that and see how that goes. Although that doesn't really have a lot to do with fertility, does it? But anyways, that was just a side note in case anybody's interested, and in case somebody else out there had the same thing. I don't know what that's all about. It's very weird, but C-section scar, weird muscle moving. Anyway, shout out if you had that. Write it down in the comments. I need to find like at least one other person who knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, as always, my big goal on here is to encourage anybody out there who's going through the same things, encourage anybody out there who is suffering, who's sick, who is, you know, sick and tired. Never give up, keep pushing, keep learning, and keep praying. And a special message for anybody out there who is going through infertility. Don't underestimate how difficult that is and how painful that is. It is as painful as losing somebody. It's a lot of grief. I understand that pain. It's tough. It's tough. There are no words to that I could say to take that pain away. But I would say the dream and the desire even is worth the pain. But let's try to be healthy. Let's try to do it in a healthy way that isn't damaging our bodies the whole time. Had I known a lot of what I knew now, or what I know now, there are a lot of things I would have tried before doing that first round of IVF. I don't regret doing IVF, definitely not. But I do think that had I known a lot about the nutrition and things I could be trying in the meantime, I might have, recovered after my bigger surgery. I might have recovered in a better way that would have allowed at least some, more possibility to not have to go through the IVF. I might have felt a little more strongly that I could do it. Anyway, it is what it is, and that's okay. And having gone through that is the reason that I'm here talking to you today. It's okay. Like I said in a past video, I gave that pain to God. I said, you do what you're going to do with that. And so, of course, I really, really hope that I can encourage somebody out there to try to heal your body. Remember that you are body, mind, and spirit. You're not just body. And so while it's good to go to your doctor, listen to your doctor, find out what's happening in your body, it is also good to listen to yourself and pray. Subscribe, stay posted. I am going to be going through quite an array of, of experiments for you. And I eventually, of course, also I'll be sharing some tests and things that I'll get done, some x-rays, blood tests, and so forth. So stay tuned for those videos. I really hope that the right people find me. I know it's so slow, like the beginning of doing YouTube, but that's okay. I'm for it. I'm good. I'm just happy to be here talking to you. It's so much fun. All right. You all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.